Hello everyone and welcome to Tommy Talks Arsenal, where you've guessed it, Tommy talks Arsenal, Fantasy Premier League and everything in between. Thank you for joining me, I hope you enjoy the show, and without further ado, let's go!
Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to talk through the Fulham game. I'll have a look ahead to the Man United fixture and also talk through my wildcard team from game week 3. Did quite well, didn't end up with the Ben boost, but we'll talk through that and yeah, we'll see how it went. But first things first, let's talk about the Fulham fixture. What a nightmare, an absolute shocking performance really. I'm sorry, but in the first 3 matches, Arsenal have looked totally off key. We're not really doing the basics, we're fiddling around with the formation too much, and in the last 9 matches in 2023, we've conceded a goal in the first minute at home 3 times. I mean, what the hell is this about? It's a joke. If we want to be challenging for the title with City, our defensive record at home really has to improve. The opening goal this weekend against Fulham was another example of players making mistakes. Partey at right back, he's just not a right back, is he? He moved into midfield with White pushing across. Saka played a ridiculous back pass which Andrea intercepted. Left Ramsdale in no man's land. He was flapping around. He looked more like a Sunday League keeper than a Premier League keeper. And although the shot was tame and probably should have been saved, Ramsdale was left on his arse. He looked like a clown. It might be time to bring Raya in. The question of the hour and the absolute mystery of the season really is the formation changes. What's going on with Gabriel? We need Scooby-Doo in the gang to sort this mystery out. I'm tired of the experimental nonsense and quite frankly it's time to put the favoured back 4 into the team. We can't keep going with Partey at right back. He's better in the middle. We just need to see the basics done. Out of position he's been for 2 of the 3 goals we conceded. If Zinchenko's ready, I really want him to invert from the left. Gabriel must also return. I mean, he was one of our standout players last season. His partnership with Saliba was amazing. No offence to Tomiyasu and Kivior, who are good players in their own right, but Gabriel is better for our team. I mean, what the hell's going on? Arteta must be hiding something. He said he isn't, but maybe there's rumours about the Saudi links. Maybe he's got nudes on his phone. But it's getting ridiculous. Gabriel has to be playing. Fair play to Fulham. I mean, they did make life difficult to us, but all being said, we should have won this game. We had 71% possession, 11 shots on target, 16 in the box. On another day, we'd have won that easily. Fabio Vieira, fair play to him as well. He came off the bench, didn't he? He looked absolutely amazing. It was probably the best cameo performance I've seen since Nelson last season against Bournemouth, which was blooming impressive too. But yeah, hopefully Vieira gets more chances now moving forward. There's a player in there. I know we're lacking Jesus, and we've also got Zinni returning from injury, aren't we? He's not quite match fit. But with quality down our left, it's really struggling this season. Martinelli's so wide and he's isolated, he might as well be getting an ice cream on the bloody touchline. He needs to perform miracles to actually get involved in the play, and it's the link up with Havertz that's really struggling. He's bang out of form, Havertz. You can press all you like, you can make all the clever runs, but if people aren't finding you and your passes are going haywire, the manager has to do something. In my opinion, he should protect the player next week against United and take him out. If I had my way, we'd see the United fixture with Partey, Rice and Odegaard firming up midfield. If Havertz has to drop out, which I think he should, then so be it. Again, Eddie came on. I don't know why he wasn't starting. He got another goal, that's 2 in the league, and he created our penalty, didn't he? He looked really lively. If Jesus isn't ready, Nketiah looks perfectly capable and he really should be starting. No offence to Trossard, but he ghosted through the first half. I don't know what his form in training looks like, but in the matches he doesn't look ready, even though his pre-season form was fairly decent. From the bench he should be making an impact, but if he starts again, there's something going wrong in my opinion. So let's talk about the goals then. Vieira and Martinelli, they combined quite well down the left, didn't they? Resulting in a clumsy tackle and a blatant penalty, rather than Odegaard, which was well, a bit of a surprise, but not that big a surprise. I think we all knew that Saka hadn't actually lost them, so Saka was handed the ball. He looked a lot more confident this time around. He dispatched with style into the bottom corner, much more confident. Wouldn't be surprised if he takes the next one, but with Arsenal this season, anything can happen. We really are a bit of a mystery team. Everything's going left, right, sideways, upways, downways. You can't predict anything. Anyway, the substitutes, when they came on, Zinchenko and Vieira, they really bridged the gap between defence and midfield. It was Vieira who assisted Nketiah for his second goal. Saka had collided with Bassi in the box. The players stayed down, completely alleviating any risk of offside. We played on, and Vieira crossed for Nketiah. Nice box ball into the box, a bit of an Ian Wright finish from Eddie, and yeah, that was another goal for Eddie, second of the season. Bassi saw red in the 84th minute after picking up a second yellow card, but rather than close out the game, which we really should have, a sloppy pass from Zinchenko opened up the ball for Fulham. They ended up winning a corner off of Rice, and yeah, they went on to put it in the back of the net with Paulino taking advantage of the corner. Really lax marking though from that corner, I have to say. It was almost non-existent, and it's becoming a bit of a theme this season, something we have to work on. With the scores level at 2-2, we both had chances to win it, both Fulham and Arsenal. Vieira put in a beautiful shot at the end, saved. He also executed a textbook scissor kick, but the thing that really scared me was when blooming Traore flew down the wing. Saka lunged in the box. I thought it was going to be a penalty, but fair play to Traore. He actually stayed on his feet, forcing a really good save from Ramsdale. The takeaways, really, we had a good game, we remain unbeaten, but against United next weekend, we really can't afford to be this open. Arteta's switching things around too much. I don't know what's going on. People are saying, oh, maybe it's because Partey's playing right back because we're going to miss him in AFCON. Well, fair enough, but we didn't try that at all in pre-season, so it doesn't really ring true to me. We need to just play our strongest back four. And yeah, hopefully Gabriel and Zinchenko come back in, shore it up. I mean, there's just too much unpredictability at the moment. Lineup predictions are going mental. I mean, I've done pretty poorly. I think I got a 10 and then a 9 and then this week an 8. But anyway, we'll try again. We'll go and have a look at my predicted lineup for Man United on Sunday. So come on guys, let's go and do that. Alright. Okay, so here we are with my lineup prediction for United this weekend. Rather than call it a prediction, I'm actually just going to call it the favourite squad for me personally. So it's going to be my players who I pick on personal merit rather than actual what I'm predicting, because I think the predictions are just going crazy, but we'll try it anyway. And starting in goal, Ramsdale, I'm sorry mate, but you've made too many mistakes. Although you could say that he wasn't at fault for the back pass obviously, but he made an error. He looked a bit bloody lost in the head again, and I think we just need to give Ramsdale a little bit of a kick up the bum, get him on the bench, bring in Raya, a world-class keeper, let him show what he's got. And yeah, that's why I'm going with Raya to start against United. Risky first game, but blooming hell, what a stage to put in a good performance. So yeah, I'm going with Raya this weekend. At the back, here we go again, broken record. I know I'm repeating myself, every week it's the same, every week I look a fool, but let's go for it. White on the right, Saliba in the middle, Gabriel next to him, and Zinchenko back on the left-hand spot. Right, Zinchenko made an appearance from the bench again. He looked good, he brought some stability, played out from the back, inverting from the left. Gabriel has to come back in, hasn't he? I mean, geez Louise, what are we doing without him? We've looked poor, there's no cohesion, we need to get back to basics, and if it doesn't happen this weekend, I don't care what Arteta says. He says that there's nothing going on, that it's tactics. Well, nonsense, quite frankly. I don't believe you anymore. If he doesn't play this weekend, I don't believe you. There's something going on behind the scenes, and we're not going to fall for it any longer, Arteta. Alright. In the middle, let's put Partey back into his favoured position at the 6. I think it's the strongest position for him. He's not going to get caught out. Hopefully Ben White will do a good job against Rashford on the right. So yeah, I think we need to shore up and just go back to basics. I've said it before. Partey in the middle, that's his best position. He's a central midfielder. He's not a blooming right back. Come on, let's start with him in the 6. Ahead of him, I want to take out Havertz. Havertz has seemed to be a blooming Arteta favourite, doesn't he? I know we spent big on him. I can understand why Arsenal want to try and get all our new signings bedded into the team, but we look so different to last season. Just let's return to a formation and a structure where we play our best assets. We had Xhaka there last year. The closest player to him in our squad is Rice, in my opinion, and I'm putting Rice in the left 8. He looked good in the Charity Shield there. I think he should do a job against United when we might need to have a low double pivot in the 6s, so yeah, he can drop back enough for protection from midfield, and really I just think Havertz really needs protecting. He's got the fans on his back already. Although he puts in a shift, he's just looking a little bit lost. There's no cohesion with Martinelli. He wanders in and around, getting in each other's way. So yeah, Havertz out this week please, and bring in Rice in the left 8. Obviously Odegaard's going to continue in the right 8. He's still looking good. He's making good headway with Saka as usual. Saka's been really advanced, although isolated because we haven't got a right back bombing forward, which is why I want to see White in that position. Hopefully the chemistry between those three on the right will continue and advance us this season, look a bit more like our old selves. And yeah, Saka's looking alright, so obviously the Saka-Odegaard-White partnership is something I want to see this weekend. On the left, Martinelli's getting a bit of stick. He's looked a bit lost as well, but I think it's more the fact that the players around him aren't really complementing his style. That being said, United have played an incredibly high line this season. Look at the goal this weekend for Nottingham Forest, caught out on the break, and this fixture is a Martinelli fixture written all over it. I can't see us dropping him. He's looked really assured for minutes. The return of Jesus can only be a benefit for his style of play. So yeah, Martinelli's going to stay on the left. Up top we've got a bit of a question to ask. Eddie I think gets the nod. I know Jesus is back, but he only managed 9 minutes off the bench, and that was in game state chasing a win. I don't think we're going to rush him. With Eddie looking so blooming good, I'd be really surprised if Eddie doesn't start this weekend. And that's basically my full team. So we've got Raya in goal for replacing Ramsdale. Back four, like I've said before, returning to the familiar lineup with White, Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko. Fingers crossed. I mean, this week it's got to be, hasn't it? In the middle of the park, Partey in the 6. Ahead of him in the 8s we've got Rice and we've got Odegaard, the Disney Prince, my wife's favourite player. Please do well for us, Oddy. And ahead on the wings we've got Martinelli on the left, we've got Saka on the right. Alright, and Nketiah leading the line. 2 goals in 3 games, one as the penalty against Crystal Palace. Looks lively, bang on form. Arteta singing his praises. If he doesn't start this weekend, something's going wrong. United, he scored 2 goals against last season. A repeat of that please, Eddie. I don't think it's going to be an easy game though. United have got a bit of a threat about them, although they're poor defensively by the look of things, and with Luke Shaw missing, yeah, it's not the best for them. Onana could make some mistakes. He's a fun watch, isn't he? So hopefully we'll take advantage of their defensive frailties and play a sensible defensive lineup to counter their counter-attacking threat. And my score prediction this week is 3-1 to the Arsenal. Another non-clean sheet. We haven't kept one at home for a while. I can't see that changing. And yeah, that's my prediction. 3-1 to Arsenal. Wingers heavily involved, not going to make any scorers predictions, but 3-1 to Arsenal, big win. And okay, that's me for our predicted lineup against United. One more thing to do, I suppose. We'll talk through my wildcard draft from game week 3, have a look how it got on. I did okay. I was ranked 5 million before the game week. I got a nice jump, 3 million plus green arrow. So let's go and have a look at that, see how it's set up for this weekend and check out my transfers. Alright, let's go. Okay, here we are with my game week 4 team selection. We've had a wild card in game week 3, so it's changed dramatically. I've now got Flecken in goal. I've also got Areola at West Ham. He had a brilliant game, didn't he? So did Flecken, although he did concede for his legs. A bit of a disappointment, to be honest, but made some saves. Brentford look good. I've got a goalkeeping decision this weekend because Flecken's at home to Bournemouth. West Ham are playing Luton away, both great fixtures for my keepers, probably going to get some bench pain there, but at the moment I think I'm going to go with Flecken. Bournemouth aren't exactly firing and it's the home fixture, so I'm going to trust Brentford at home, I think. In the defence, I've got Chilwell and Gusto, my two boys from last weekend who did me really proud. Gusto, the hero, 4 million, already had a price rise, good old lad, got me 14 points. Pretty much one of my star performers this weekend, just gone. And yeah, Chilwell, really like their attacking potential against Nottingham Forest, although Forest side do carry a threat, so whether they'll get a clean sheet remains to be seen. Awani, he's got 7 in 7 in the league, really threatening player. So we'll see how Chelsea do defensively. They're starting to shore up. They've got a lot of new players, as we all know. Maybe the cohesion is not quite there, but it's getting there. And hopefully we'll get another double clean sheet. That would be the dream. If Chilwell's found his shooting boots, you never know. We might have an attacking return. Didn't quite expect so many from Gusto, but in the absence of James, he's looking a good option at 4 million, 4.1 now. Probably going up even more than that before the deadline. But yeah, I'm happy having him in there anyway. Udogie joins them on the bench, another really exciting player actually. Watched the Bournemouth-Tottenham game, he was very advanced. He's a bit of a scatterbrain sort of player, a bit of a raw talent, very rough diamond, but yeah, I think he's got potential to haul in nearly every fixture, to be honest with you. Whether that happens this week remains to be seen. Burnley away, we don't know what they're really all about yet, do we? I mean, they've played Man City, they had a bye against Luton, so yeah, we'll see how they get on this week. They didn't look great against Villa, attacking potential for sure, hopefully the clean sheet as well, and yeah, we're happy with Udogie in the team. In midfield is where it gets nice and interesting. We got sick note Foden. Hopefully his bellyache's going to have cleared up. I mean, I need him to be playing because they've got Fulham. He looked very lively even from the bench with the trot, so yeah, I'm quite happy to put him in. Got me an assist, a bit of a jammy FPL assist, but I'll take it. I needed it, I loved it, and yeah, seeing him against Fulham, really happy with that. I could see Man City scoring a few goals. Hopefully he'll be involved, like it. Okay, joining him is Eze. He's had a blooming underwhelming season. He's dodged points left, right and centre. I really wanted to switch him to Mbeumo, but I didn't have enough money in my squad to actually make that upgrade, so I've stuck with him. I wasn't playing him last week anyway, so it didn't really worry me. And this week, the fixture against Wolves at home, I really like it. Is this the week that Eze finally hauls? Is this the week that Crystal Palace get a penalty? Is this the week that something happens with Eze? I'm praying that it is. Eze is my man. He's staying in the team. I'm crossing my fingers, and fingers crossed he bloody does something, because it's been a long time now. We're starting to get a bit frustrated with Eze, but he's there this week anyway. Okay, here's where I'm going to be making my transfer. I think I've got an Arsenal double up against United, Odegaard and Saka. The penalty situation's a funny one, isn't it? Saka took the last one, Odegaard the one before that. Bit of ambiguity as to who actually got the responsibility, but I'm going to go with Saka. Saka looks more advanced, more dangerous, more lively. He's a bit of a star performer, especially for Arsenal at home. I'm going to stick with him in my team, which unfortunately for Odegaard, although he's my wife's favourite player, say it again, she loves me saying that, he's going to have to make it onto the transfer list this week, and I'm bringing in James Maddison for Burnley away. Maddison's looking amazing. He's the central hub of all the creative things going on at Tottenham. Although I'm not exactly a big fan of bringing in Tottenham players, you can't have allegiances in FPL, and Maddison's got the fixtures to back up the form. I'm bringing him in. I think he'll do well. Hopefully he will. I'd like him to get some points, obviously I would, and yeah, that's my transfer this week. Maddison for Odegaard, fairly template move, but yeah, it gives me a nice midfield with Foden, Eze, Odegaard out for Maddison, so Foden, Eze, Maddison and Saka, all with good potential. Fingers crossed this weekend. Up top we've got Alvarez. Oh my goodness, he was dodging points. I was gutted that blooming Haaland missed the penalty. That would have been Alvarez assist. So yeah, we dodged some points last week against Sheffield United, but he looked really lively, loads of shots. He took all the set pieces, mainly because Foden wasn't on the pitch, but yeah, loads of routes to points. His minute looked fairly safe, although Man City are looking to bring in Doku. Obviously, oh no, they've got Doku, haven't they? Don't know if he directly affects Alvarez, but they're also looking at Nunes from Mateus Nunes from Wolves. So yeah, there's going to be competition for places, but he's played a lot of minutes so far, so this week at least I think Alvarez is safe. Spicy fixture against Fulham, the double up with Haaland, who will remain my captain. He dodged points as well, didn't he? He had about 5 shots, 3 big chances against Sheffield United. Hopefully this is the week where he actually finds his form, hits the back of the net a few times, and really, yeah, everyone's going to be on him, aren't they? So I know it's nothing to be excited about Haaland, but now, come on, let's see some goals from Haaland anyway. And Alvarez supporting, thank you. Joining them in attack is the unpredictable, the rough asset, who's a bit of a live wire, chaos mode from Jackson. He had a game of 2 halves, didn't he, against Luton last weekend. Thank God he got up and running. 3rd time lucky, he actually got his goal. Not a bad player. By the look of things, he's going to be fairly secure for starts. He was all over the place, wasn't he? I think he's one of those where he's going to drive you a bit mad at times with his off the ball running, his loose shots, and yeah, he looks a bit of a handful, but there's all potential, especially against Nottingham Forest. I mean, they've looked leaky. Hopefully he'll do well. I'm quite happy to have Jackson in my team. On the bench, as I mentioned, Areola is against Luton. It'll be a 50-50 whether I stick with him on the bench, but I'm happy with Flecken, so probably will. Fernandes against Arsenal. It's a risky one, I admit. Fernandes, I'm probably putting my allegiances with Arsenal on the pitch, really, because Fernandes has looked exceptional this season, creating a lot, had a goal and an assist in game week 3, so yeah, there's an option here to put him into the team, but I don't know where, unless we get some news that one of my players is injured or not starting. I'm afraid he's going to be on the bench, probably going to be Payne on the bench this week by the look of things. As joining him Saliba and Estupinan from the defensive options. United at home for Arsenal, so it's not a brilliant fixture. Newcastle at home for Brighton. Brighton leaked quite a few goals against West Ham. Brilliant job from Moyes. The defensive block can pump it up to Benrahma and Antonio, who ran rings around the slow defence for Brighton. They haven't got a right back. I can see Newcastle causing real trouble with Gordon down the left. He's electric, he's fast. They should never have taken him off against Liverpool. And yeah, I can just see problems for Brighton this weekend. So similar with Saliba, Arsenal's defensive record, especially at home, has been woeful, as I've mentioned numerous times already. Hopefully it'll improve, hopefully Arsenal will win, but I'm not predicting a clean sheet, and that's why I've got him on the bench. So that's my team. Flecken in goal. We've got the Chelsea double up of Chilwell and Gusto. Udogie on the left of the defence. Foden as a Maddison coming in for Odegaard. Saka. Alvarez up top with Haaland and Jackson. Lots of lively players. I'm expecting some points. I hope I get them. At the moment I'm ranked at 1.7 million. Big increase from last week. Hopefully I'll do well next week too. But see you soon. Hopefully you've got all your transfers lined up. Don't make moves, by the way. We've got midweek football. You know what'll happen. Someone will get injured. You'll have a benching decision to make. You'll have nightmares all over the place. So hold off on the transfers, wait till the last minute, and then make those moves. Good luck going forward. I hope you see green arrows. I hope I do too. And join you next time for Tommy Talks in Game Week 5. Alright.